Welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get right to it.
Here we are back on Project Going for Broke. We're going to replace some handles today. We got those shipped. So, get some of this stuff out of my pocket. Okay, you're going to put the random cardboard right in here to act as a keeper so the screw does not. Okay, and then here's the screw. And we're going to loosen it. Oh, that broke, I'll bet. Yep, I'll bet you that snapped off. Here's the opening. You can see how rusted out it is. Had a little wonk on that thing to get it out. So I'm going to clean up the head of the bolt with threads on it. Okay, I specifically ordered from this vendor before. What's the name of it? Oh, A Premium. I don't think I've ever ordered from these guys before, but this, you get a box of 5 handles for like $60. You can't beat it. So either A Premium forgot it, or they probably forgot it, or they just don't supply it. There should be a rubber on each end. You can see it right here, a little flapper. Yep, one of them is missing. So thankfully I kept the old. So this handle goes in on that side. We slide it in. Boy, these things are hard to get in. And then we're going to push it forward that way. You pull up, and the little plastic doohickey locks right into the end and slides right in. Okay, there's the bolt in. You can see it, hopefully. Doohickey is very cheap plastic. They're just cheap junk handles. Put that back on, and you're done. Let's see if the next one is any more pleasurable. Here's what the old one looks like. Yep. I can't emphasize enough, take a piece of cardboard, thin stuff from just junk, and use it to block it so the screw can't fall in. Here's the other screw. Alright, let's take the door apart. So, I don't know how I'm going to do this, I'm trying. You're going to grab with this one and lift this up and out. Like so, and hopefully not break it, because I always like having at least one spare. Nope, good, it didn't crack. Excellent. Or did it? No, thank God it didn't crack. Okay. And now you're going to take the handle, and you're going to give it a wallop right here and push it off. Almost thought we were going to need the rubber mallet, but nope. So this is the old one. And right here, there's little plastic nubs. These are still good, so I will keep this handle as an emergency backup in case I need it. And this piece is still good. So, ta-da! I also recommend can of WD-40 and spray down everything. As you can see, it's running down the door. Maybe you can't. And then gently push the new handle in so you don't break the little tabs off. Okay, this is the door we painted the other day. As you can see, the gray turned out pretty darn convincing. It's a little bit different shade I can live with. Let's see how this one does. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Here it is. Put in. Once again, we're going to pull this out slightly. We're going to put the black piece, this piece, right here, in the back. And then we're going to thread the bolt from the other side. And again, one more time, you can see why they're being replaced. They're just crap. So once again, here's the black piece you have to remove. A flathead would work for that beautifully. That's what I use, flathead screwdriver. Just a medium-sized one. Okay, there you can see it's out. Now we'll remove the handle. Again, lift up on the handle and pop this thing out. Just like that. And then you're going to push on the handle like so and pop it forward without breaking it, mind you. It has a tendency of hitting back pretty hard. Okay, that one broke. Did it break? Yes, it broke its tab on the bottom shear off. Okay, that one's garbage. This, on the other hand, is not split from the rust. Usually splits them. It's in good shape. Okay, here's the after. There's handle 1, handle 2, handle 3, and handle 4, which fit the best, by the way. The fourth handle was like the best fitting. You can see why I ended up painting the other side. I got to do the same thing here. This needs to all be removed and this sanded out, traced off, and put that same gray paint. Yep, so it doesn't start. We're on to this now. All this rust we got to get rid of. And then the handle's going to go. Okay, so we got a little bit of rusting around the door handle right here. Thankfully nothing on this side, but on this side. It's also that way on the passenger. Get into the handle, there is a black rubber we'll need to remove. Very gently remove said little black rubber cover with a flathead screwdriver. Be very gentle so you don't damage it. And then right inside you'll see a little metal screw. Those usually rust in and it becomes a bear to get them out, so let's pray and hope it didn't. That is a 10 millimeter. Whatever you do, make sure you use a flat, thin piece of cardboard like a business card to put under it so it won't fall in the door. Cardboard. It's just a random little thin piece of cardboard from an advertisement. I'm going to use that now and I'll show you how right now. Just like that. And then you're going to wrench and that will hopefully help keep it from falling in the door. Pray and hope. Right like that. That's why you use the cardboard. See? Better it fall on the ground out here. I always keep my old handles when I'm replacing them, especially if they're OEM. If the tabs here didn't break off. See, once again, that tab there. Sorry, I pointed the camera away. You can see this side has a tab sticking there. See it right there? But here on this side, it's broken already. So this is a junk handle. Is this piece. You can see how that rubber piece right there is damaged. So that was, well, junk. I'll have to get another one. Hopefully I kept one from the other handles when I did them. They don't come in the kits as part of it, so I have to use the original rubber that was here. Well, because easy, sorry. Let's get busy with it. I'm going to remove some stuff off of here and I'll bring you back. I use a abrasive disc. I get these at Harbor Freight. They're pretty cheap, under 10 bucks, I think, 12 bucks. It's just an abrasive polymer disc. Actually works really well, and you'll notice it leaves nice fluffy edges, or nice smooth edges. It doesn't chip and crack it. If I'm not mistaken, this is referred to as a polyresin disc, I believe. The other thing I use is a little wire wheel on my drill. Both of these attach neatly to a drill. And you get an end result like this. Which helps to do the next fit. Friend Rust-Oleum Rust Reformer. I think it doesn't do much of anything, but I've used it now for many, many years. And it used to be about $4 to $5 a can. It is now $8 to $11 a can. Wow. And I've already used some undercoating rust converter. I've got these papers fanned back. First a hardline taped, then I fanned them back so that way I get a soft edge. Has now come out with another new product, or at least new to me, with an adaptive spray tip. And on the back it lets you know 1 high output, 2 standard, 3 I use low because, well, I'm not very good at spray painting, 4 vertical fan, 5 horizontal fan. 3 is my style and my pace, so that's what I use. It actually looks pretty convincing. Two or 3 coats of that usually is enough. Forgot I got another section here to do. Right here, it's all bubbling up really bad. I feel it and see it. But this is some kind of a rubbery coating. This is not paint. I was honestly going to do that, but I think I'm going to need some rubberizer undercoater type stuff that you put under the truck. Or maybe some Flex-A-Seal black. I will have to look into it.